Welcome to the Community Difference Rockwall, powered by the Difference Media LLC, and hosted by Clarence Jorif with the Compound of Ada, and also sponsored by Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press of Rockwall, Kim Johnson with Kim Johnson Group, and by Harvey Loosier with Twilight Cleaning Services. The Community Difference Rockwall was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals. So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts, and insights about being a professional, along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Rockwall starts now.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Community Difference Rockwall, a podcast firmly rooted at the intersection of business development and community involvement. Welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Clarence Jorif, and I'm the president and CEO of the Compound of Ada, where we're all about combining safety with thrills at our top-tier shooting range. When I'm not keeping everyone safe here, I'm proud to serve as the Mayor Pro Tem for the city of Rockwall. I'm worthy of your trust and confidence, and I'm looking forward to becoming your next Mayor of Rockwall. Let's lock and load your attention, because today we're shaking things up. Precision is key as we dive into an insightful conversation with remarkable business owners who are making huge waves in our communities. Steady your aim and let's hit the bullseye. Our topic of discussion today is how to turn customers and partners into raving fans. We'll delve into that topic during our third segment. But first, as always, let's introduce our amazing co-host and incredible guest this afternoon. Meet Kim Johnson, a powerhouse in both real estate and community leadership. As the owner of the Kim Johnson Group at RE/MAX Four Corners, she's not just closing deals, she's building relationships, making moves, and making a lasting impact. With a passion for helping others and a track record of success, Kim is the kind of leader who knows how to turn dreams into reality, one home at a time. Kim, what's something you used to power through effortlessly, but now require a strategic recovery plan, maybe even an ice pack and a good excuse? Where you at?
That's an excellent question. So I used to play first division women's soccer. I was a right wing and a sweeper. And I thought I would be a weekend warrior and just hop back in that baby at the age of over 50. And I realized that I once was a gazelle on the field, and now I look like an orangutan on an ice rink.
There you go. And the medics are standing by just for that reason too.
Yes.
Our second co-host is Harvey Loosier. Harvey knows business and is all about balance, whether on roller skates or in relationships. He also knows what not to do, like his first bull ride as a kid, where he hit the dirt before the gate even opened. Now, as the owner of Twilight Cleaning, he's mastered the art of staying on his feet, leveraging strategic networking to unlock big opportunities. Get ready. Harvey's here to show you how the right connections keep your business rolling. Where you at, Harvey?
How are you?
There he is. Hey, what's the biggest mess you've ever had to tackle, and how did you turn it into a spotless success?
Well, let me tell you, we had a hospital that had a sprinkler head that broke. By the time my day porter got there, they had used probably every sheet, blankets, every towel they could to throw on the floor to suck this up. So he called me and we got it cleaned up, but you talking about a hassle of cleaning up a bunch of towels, blankets, and etc. That was the chore for sure. So
yeah, makes you think that you're in a dry cleaning business, didn't you?
Absolutely.
All right. Our first guest is a gentleman that's near and dear to me as a good friend, Brian McNeil. Brian is a retired U.S. Marine, business owner of Beam Light Sauna, and the honorable mayor of McClendon, Chisholm, Texas. Where you at, Brian?
Right here, brother.
What's a random or unexpected talent that you have? Come on, I know you got a lot of them.
Yeah, we'd be here all day for that. One of my favorites is this uncanny ability of dance. Have actually been a backup dancer for many artists in the hip hop world, from Vanilla Ice. I've shared the stage with MC Hammer, Sir Mix-a-Lot, Yin Yang Twins. Man, the list goes on and on.
Wow. So when I look at you and I say Ice, Ice Baby, it's okay then, huh? All right, Brian. Let's get to Carrie Lindsey. Carrie is a force of nature in marketing, a published author, and an entrepreneur who turns ideas into action. When she's not crafting brilliance in the business world, she's out building stronger communities. Carrie brings her drive to the board of directors for the Wiley Area Chamber of Commerce and the Texas Therapeutic Riding Center. Located in Heath, Texas, Texas Therapeutic Riding Center uses the transformative power of, this is a tongue twister, power of horses to support individuals of all ages with disabilities and combat wounded veterans, along with their families. Carrie is passionate, engaged, and impactful. Carrie?
Hello.
Hey, there you are. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Quick question for you.
Yeah.
If you had a billboard with your life motto on it, what would it say?
As a recovering perfectionist, my billboard would say done is better than perfect.
Nice.
I say that to
Look at all,
myself
just
probably
fine.
once a day.
Just fine. And our last guest is Dr. Akhil Vats. Dr. Vats was once a fashion show model who took a spectacular spill in front of a crowd on a rainy day. As a physician at Merak Healthcare, Dr. Vats knows that stepping out of your comfort zone and creating lasting connections is key to turning customers and partners into raving fans. Get ready for an inspiring conversation on how embracing new challenges can elevate your business without any more slips, of course. Dr. Vats?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Hey, there he is.
How are you?
Not bad at all. I got a question for you. So when you're not attending to the ailments of your patients, what's your favorite thing to do?
Spending time with family. I have 3 kids, beautiful wife. She's also a doctor. So we spend a lot of time together, traveling together. So that's what I do.
Cool.
Yes.
We're going to have some fun here today.
Yes.
So with that, coming up next, we're going to address what's happening in our communities. Big updates, important events, and insider information that you'll want to know. Stick around. We'll be back right after this commercial break.
The Community Difference Rockwall was made possible by Clarence Jorif with the Compound Nevada, Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press of Rockwall, Kim Johnson with Kim Johnson Group, Harvey Loosier with Twilight Cleaning Services. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Because it's time for What's Up Rockwall?
Here we're at the What's Up Rockwall segment of the show. So without getting into further ado, I'm just going to toss it straight to Harvey. What's up, Rockwall?
Well, thank you, Clarence. I'm actually going to start in Royce City, which is, we consider Royce City part of Rockwall. It's just right there. We're neighbors and all. It's, I wanted to share a huge event that's going on April 20th there at Royce City. Now, the Royce City ISD is helping along with the Royce City Chamber to put on an all-day community health festival. Now, this festival will be going from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. They'll be offering free health screenings, blood donations, and exciting health activities. Now, the kicker here will be high school students that are learning to do this trade that will be doing this. So you guys come out, take advantage of it, give them the opportunity to be able to, can I use the word guinea pig in this circumstance?
That's fine.
But be able to utilize you, if you will. So, and then also at the same day from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., the Royce City Chamber is going to be doing a kids entrepreneurship event where young entrepreneurs will be selling their products in the blast in the kids zone. And then later that night, you don't want to miss out on the Neon Night 5K starting at 7:45 each glow field 5K and 1 mile fun run. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the fun run. Now, this is a Roy City Chamber Emerging Leaders Youth Leadership program that will be putting this on. And all the proceeds from this race is benefiting the Emerging Leaders Community Project and program. Now, as I was talking to Ashley with the chamber, she wanted me to mention that she wanted to give a huge shout out to Smoothie King for being the presenting sponsor, and for the Roy City Emergency Hospital for being the title sponsor for this sparkling event. But she also mentioned that there's desperate need of runners and more kids to join the young entrepreneurship event. So if you have any kids out there that just want to show up and sell some bracelets, sell some lemonade, sell some whatever they may have, they're free to show up and do that. And as adults, nothing can really cheer on a kid, especially that's wanting to raise some money and be an entrepreneur, than us to go out there and buy stuff from them. So I think you guys come out and help them out, and make that fun for those little guys. So, and then next up, I have
go back a second, Harvey. I got a burning question. So since I don't run anymore, can I show up on my bicycle and bicycle the 5K route?
No, but you can walk it. That is perfectly okay, but you cannot ride your bicycle. I'm sorry.
Man, come on. All right.
I'd be afraid you'd run people over. I'm sorry.
I'm always careful.
The next event that I wanted to share, now this is one of our very own sponsors right here with the Community Difference in Rockwall, and we're very appreciative of them. But on Saturday, May 30th, they are having Aaron Watson live. Now, the doors open for this at 6 p.m. and the show starts at 10:30 p.m. So mark your calendars for a high energy night out at Southern Junction. And just a huge thank you to Southern Junction just being one of our sponsors here, our very own sponsors. And they just bring an incredible event out to their facility and for something for us to do right here in the Rockwall and Roy City area. So be sure to join them. You can get tickets by calling them or going online at southernjunctionlive.com. So, and now I would like to introduce and bring on a great friend of mine, Farah, from the Children's Advocacy Center of Rockwall. And if you don't know this already, it's Go Blue Month for children and for kids. And so she's here to talk about everything that's going on in the month of April and share some of those upcoming events and initiatives. So Farah, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. Well, yes, so it is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and that means that we initiate our Go Blue for Kids awareness campaign. So we want to make sure that all of Rockwall County goes blue for kids, and there's several ways you can do that. So we have business supporters that are doing events and promos to give back to the Children's Advocacy Center and raise awareness. We also have our amazing gala, which is coming up, and we still have tickets left. So that is on April 26th. So it's going to be a busy day, but we hope to see you on April 26th at the Hilton. Our title sponsor is Baylor Scott and White Medical Center, Lake Point. It's going to be a really lovely night with a champagne reception, a program where you really get to know what we do and why it's so important to provide these services for victims of child abuse, and that we all work together on the prevention of child abuse. And then we're going to celebrate the night and all of us standing against child abuse with an after party with a live band, the Jukebox Heroes. It's going to be a really great event. And so I really hope you guys jump on rockwallcac.org and get your tickets.
Awesome. Now we're halfway through the month of April, and there's still a lot going on, but there's a lot of different ways that you can help this organization by going to your website. And I'm assuming you have that calendar there of where each business is kind of, if you go and support them, then they're donating to you as well. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, so there are some businesses that all month are doing a special promo, so you don't want to miss out on those. And then there are some that have specific events. So we still have several coming up, including one that I want to highlight because it's this evening. It's a partnership with Royce City ISD, and it's a parent talk on digital safety. We have a panel of experts on that topic. We're going to focus on safety for social media. And so we hope if anyone hasn't heard about it, that you come over to the Royce City ISD Event Center from 6 to 7 to enjoy that. We will have childcare for children 5 years old and up, and we'll have pizza and cookies.
Awesome. Hey, Farrah, it's always good seeing you, and I guess I'll see you on the 26th.
I hope so.
Hey, Harvey, I got to toss back to something at Southern Junction. Can I bring my horse?
Absolutely, you can. Are you
Granted,
going to
it's
trailer it out there, or are
because
you going to
everything
ride
else
it
I've
out
dropped
there?
for there. You know, I need a pretty hefty horse to take care of all this man here. So, okay. Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Hey, Kim, what do you got?
Well, I cannot wait to begin to tell you. So the very first thing that I want to talk about today is the Symphony of Colors. It's the Midnight in Paris. And this is a collaboration of the Rockwall Art League and the Greater Rockwall Youth Symphony. And in this collaboration, it's going to be held at the complimentary of Cavender's Nissan. We're going to clear out the entire showroom. You're going to be able to have a complete Parisian meal that's going to be made for you by a wonderful foundation in Dallas that helps children turn their lives back around through the culinary arts, in addition to helping economically disadvantaged children and children that might have special needs, or anybody that we're just trying to get off the streets, out in front of the TV and into the arts, because they're such a lost piece in this community. Bringing the arts back is amazing. So everybody grab your ticket. There is going to be hand-painted umbrellas, Fabergé eggs, delicious dining, drinks that are going to be Parisian special. It's going to be absolutely glorious, elegant, and dress in your 1920s and come out and celebrate at Cavender's Nissan and have a beautiful exhibit event. The next thing that I want to tell you guys about is a Lemonade Day. And if everybody is looking for a way to get their children out in the market to start learning about business development and marketing and various other things like that, they can set up their own lemonade stand. Some kids make bracelets. Some kids come up with other creative ways. And it's a great way to come together and support our local community and our children in the area that just want to make a difference. It's put on by Texas Health Hospital, and we're going to be in the Rockwall Square. And just come on out. You can at least support the children. If you would like to enter or you would like to be a sponsor, please reach out to the Rockwall Chamber of Commerce so that you can come and be a part of this wonderful event. We also have the Business Development Alliance, which is on the fourth Monday of every month at Shenanigans in the back room. We have a guest speaker. You come on out. We're going to network. There's several different specials that we have going, and we also have a little unique surprise and change up the way that we network and let you walk away with some value and hopefully develop some relationships throughout that evening. So it's on the fourth Monday of every month, 4:30 to 6:30.
That's all you got, Kim?
No, I could go on for days.
Come on, let's go.
Guess what? I have early voting. I don't know if anybody forgot about that here on the panel today. So on April 22nd through the 25th, 8 a.m. to 5, you can start voting. Everybody wants to complain. Let's get out there and vote and make a difference. If you want a chance to hear how you can make your decision on who you want to vote for, get up at these meet and greets. Go down and listen to these different events where you can hear all of your candidates. So you can have April 25th, April 26th, April 28th to 29th, There's various dates. You can see them all right here on the splash screen. And we would love for you to come out and vote. And that way you've made a difference. And that way you're not complaining behind the screen or on the Rockwillian. You are actually out there voting and making a difference in your own community.
I might know a thing or two about those meet and greets.
That's what I was thinking with today's panel.
Well, the biggest thing about that is also the last one that's coming up for the city of Rockwall is being held tomorrow night from 6 to 8 p.m. at the center at Rockwall Place. It'll be the candidates for city council places to include those individuals running for mayor. So come on down. We're more than glad to have you. But once again, it's about being informed and being able to make an informed decision about who you want to lead you through your city for the next, at least the next 2 years. Hey, any of you, you got something for us, Brian?
As in running for mayor?
I feel like you're going to.
Man, let me tell you, don't.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, man. It's not all it's cut out to be. No, honestly, you know, when you have a servant's heart, you do it for those reasons. So anyone who wants to
see, that's that bootleg internet once again, Brian.
You know,
come on.
Man, so listen, I had to, my computer clearly didn't work. So the next commercial break, I'm trying to turn the do not disturb button on my phone. But I am not the most person when it comes to technology. So I apologize.
No worries, no worries.
I will correct it when you go to the next commercial. I just got to figure out how to do it.
No worries, no worries. All right. Hey, Dr. Vats, do you have anything that's near and dear that's burning for you right now?
No, I mean, you know, I've been living in Rockwall for almost 9 years now, and I'm just loving it.
Well, guess what, Dr. Vats? Are you in the city limits of Rockwall?
Yes, sir.
I would appreciate your vote.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
And if you have any other family members, bring them on now too. Jorif. I'm number 1 on the ballot to become your mayor.
Yeah,
Cheap plug. Oh, well, I'm going to use it. Carrie, you have anything, ma'am?
I have an event. May 4th is our Texas Therapeutic Riding Center's 7th annual Bourbon and Bridles Gala, which is our biggest fundraiser of the year. It's a Kentucky Derby Day party. It's amazing. We have food, bar, we have horses, we have games, and it all supports an amazing cause. And we have just a handful of tickets left. May 4th.
May 4th.
Yeah.
But you live in Heath, right? Or, you know, you're in Wiley.
I live in Wiley, but the benefit, the gala is in Heath. Yeah.
Okay. But you know people live in Rockwall, right?
I do. I know people who live in Rockwall. My horse lives in Rockwall.
Or your horse can't vote. Come on now. Nice try, though. But once again, Rockwall is an awesome place to live, work, and play. And the events that we talked about here earlier really help bring the cohesion together. It's all about one team, one fight. So with that, does anyone else have anything for the good of the order? All right, then. We're going to go ahead into a commercial break with the next segment coming in being our main topic segment, our monthly topic of how to turn customers and partners into raving fans. See you in a few minutes.
The Community Difference would like to thank each of the following partners for their continued support. At Fireboss Realty, we believe life is about relationships, and everything else is just details. Whether you're buying or selling, Scott and Amy Johnson are here to understand your family's unique needs and deliver expert guidance on the North Texas real estate market. With a reputation for integrity and personalized service, Fireboss Realty makes your home journey stress-free and successful. Ready to make your move? Visit firebossrealty.com and let's ignite your real estate dreams.
Everyone deserves access to affordable health insurance, but with traditional insurance, costs can be high and getting coverage can be complicated. JP Direct Health is a simpler, more affordable way to get the health coverage you need. With plans for individuals, families, and small businesses, you can save money on monthly premiums without the need for physicals. At jpdirecthealth.com, we specialize in customizing coverage to fit almost every budget with affordable PPO plans and many other benefits. with over 100 5-star Google reviews. JP Direct Health is a trusted resource making health insurance affordable and accessible for everyone year-round. Affordable health insurance solutions are a proactive protection, not a reactive solution. Visit jpdirecthealth.com today and see how much you can save.
I'm always here to help. Thank you.
Total Care Emergency Room now has 9 locations in the DFW Metroplex. With no appointment needed, our incredible staff will get you checked in with no wait times. Our 5-star facility is open and fully staffed 24/7. We offer extensive treatment options for patients of all ages, providing on-site labs and imaging equipment, including CT, X-ray, and ultrasound, allowing us to provide fast, convenient care for our community. Total Care ER is your neighborhood emergency room. TotalCare.us.
Unwanted pests in your home can be stressful. From creepy crawlies to critters under the floorboards, they disrupt your peace of mind. But don't worry. All Pest Solutions is here to help. We offer a comprehensive range of safe and effective pest control solutions. We target all types of pests, big or small, including insects, rodents, and wildlife. All Pest Solutions, your local experts for a pest-free home. Breathe easy and enjoy your life again. Call today for a free quote. 972-442-1169 or email us at customerservice@allpestsolutions.com.
To belong is one of our most basic human needs. Best Buddies International is the world's largest organization dedicated to ending the social isolation of 200 million individuals who have intellectual and developmental disabilities. We focus on meaningful one-to-one friendships, integrated employment, leadership development, and inclusive living. You have the power to make an impact, create change, and champion our mission of inclusion today.
Now back to the show.
Welcome back, everyone. We're about to jump into our monthly topic. And that topic is how to turn customers and partners into raving fans. So imagine, if you would, most businesses focus on getting new customers. But what if I told you that that's the most expensive way to grow? The real secret to success isn't in finding more customers. It's in turning the ones that you already have into raving fans who bring others with them. Today, we're breaking down why customer satisfaction isn't enough, why most businesses fail at retention, and the exact strategies that create deep loyalty, endless referrals, and lifetime value. If you've ever wondered why some brands have customers who are obsessed with them while others struggle to get repeat business, this conversation is going to change everything for you. So let's get into it. I got a question. Well, I'm going to start off with an idea. Happy customers might stay, but raving fans bring others with them. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny. Brian, what's the real difference between a satisfied customer and a raving fan?
Well, first, let me tell you, I finally figured out how to do the do not disturb. So,
that's a win.
Well, when I say that, it wasn't me. It was somebody at the city staff, because I am not that guy. So I apologize for that earlier. So, as a business owner, especially owning a new one at Beam, Light Sauna and Heath, a happy customer versus what I don't like to call them customers, honestly. When you start getting into that, to me, you want to breed what I call brand builders, because a client and a customer, the long-term side of it, they will end up becoming just a dollar sign to you, because it's human nature. We get the blinders on, and that's just what we focus on. At Beam, we want to focus on brand builders, and that's what makes the difference from a happy customer to a lifelong customer. Both are important, but a brand builder is going to be the one who's out there pushing your brand because they believe in it. And the only way they'll believe in it is if you believe in it. And that always is going to start with heart.
Cool. Carrie, yes. So if satisfaction were enough, why do people wait in line for brands they love?
There's hype around something. You want to be part of it, and you want people to want to be a part of your brand. So like, for example, I remember a couple years ago at North Park, there was, I think it was maybe Lululemon, and they were giving out 1 pair of free leggings to everybody when they opened. And they literally had a line that was like hours before that went across the whole mall, because there's so much hype behind that brand, and people just know it and recognize it so well. They want to be a part of it. I would never wait in line for hours for a pair of leggings, but people they wanted that. And that's kind of my goal in life, right? Is to make people want to be a part of whatever it is that I'm working on or that I'm involved with, because I feel so passionate about it. I want other people to have that same joy and passion that comes from the things that I'm involved in and I love. And I think that it's really just building that hype and excitement and loyalty.
And you know what crushed my heart that day at Lululemon? They ran out of my size. So I waited in that long line
so sad.
for no reason, and they ran out.
So sad.
I'll echo on the Lululemon. I have a bonus at the North Park Lululemon now. My daughter works there now.
Oh, cool.
So all the years
you get to the front of the line then.
all the years of school prior finally paid off because I get to this.
Here's one for you, Dr. Vats.
Yes.
How does community building play a role in loyalty?
We are a part of the community, and me as a small business owner, like everybody is, I run a very small practice in Rockwall area, and I feel I am being a part of the community. I am able to provide the care they deserve, the care they need, simplify the healthcare. Anyways, it's very complicated. Nobody understands the insurance companies, but still, you're able to simplify for them. So being a part of the community plays a huge role in creating the loyalty and the whatever the base you want to say, and it also matters, depends on the emotional ties we have, how well we can take care of them, what the connection is. Everybody wants to do a good job, right? But good is not sufficient, right? So you need that the interactions which they should feel like, oh my God, I was the only patient, he was listening to me right at that time. So they should trust you with their care. So again, I feel as a part of the community, it's worth growing with the community, basically.
So Kim, here, piggybacking off what Dr. Vats talked about, being embedded in the community, how does that loyalty affect your business?
Showing up, being consistent, and providing outstanding, meaningful relationships. Whenever someone, if I was to run into Brian, I know him, and I remember that Kermit the Frog is his favorite little character, or running into anyone and just taking that moment to actually resonate and remember the smallest of details shows that person that you care beyond what your goal is to make them a brand ambassador. So for your personal brand. So if you took the time to resonate and were authentic and you foster that relationship by providing value and engaging with them meaningfully, they will automatically come to you. So showing up in your community, being there on a daily basis has turned my career around. People know Kim sells Texas, and when I walk through their door, they automatically resonate with real estate, and I don't have to say anything. They know I'm going to be there and build them up.
Harvey, thank you so much for that, Kim.
You're welcome.
So I got a question for you, Harvey. What key actions can businesses take to create raving fans instead of just customers?
Well, for me, turning customers and partners into raving fans starts with how you treat people. Before you get them as a customer, during that process, and long after that transaction, if you will. It's about being consistent. It's about that connection. Raving fans don't just come with the flashy marketing and the discounts. It's built through trust, just being intentional, the service that you give them, and showing up when it matters to them. Okay. And the real key to me is you have to care more about the relationship than the revenue. I think that was already mentioned earlier, but You have to listen to them. You have to follow through, reflect the values that others are proud to be associated with. I mean, you talk about the children's advocacy that we just had Farrell on talk about. That's something that, I want to be able to partner with. And a lot of people in our community partner with that. And they look at those type of things and say, hey, they're plugged into the community. They're plugged into something that means something to me. And so through that, you create a fan. And so whether it's a customer or a partner, they need to feel the difference between doing business with you and doing business with anyone else.
And that key drives here at the compound of Beta 2, because our brand that resonates with everyone is safety. We have people walking in the doors and it's like, hey, we were told that we can come in here, let our hair down, no pun intended, but have a good time and know that we're going to leave here in the same condition that we got here. And that resonates with so many people. Oh, you're the safe place to go shoot. That word of mouth, that loyalty of your customers, your clients, your people that just walk through your door drives your bottom line. You don't even have to do anything after that. And it's like you said, it's not all about money. It's about having that return customer come back every time. So I'm going to throw this out to all of you. What's the simplest way to start turning customers into promoters? Who wants it?
I'll take it.
Good, Carrie.
So answering this question from a place of having a nonprofit and being involved in a nonprofit. So our organization, is completely funded by donors. We can't function without donors and without relationships and without deep relationships with our clients and our clientele. And so for us, it's just so important to establish deep relationships with everybody that comes into our barn. So our volunteers, every volunteer that comes in, we're a small program, so we know everybody, we know all the riders, and everybody is really important and equally important to the program in different ways. And so we hope that when they come, they feel important and they feel valued, and we help them reach their goals, whatever those may be. And then they take their love for the program and then they share it with others. And that's really how we grow is our clientele and our volunteers talking about the program. So for us, it's just all about individual relationships with everybody that steps through our doors.
That gift that keeps on giving. Definitely. So can anyone tell me of a brand that's mastered this, of turning raving fans into, instead of just having customers?
I would echo using a charity as an example. The one I would probably say would be Carry the Load. That is a charity that has learned to embody that brand and put it into communities across the nation. It's so impactful that it doesn't even matter what time of day or night it is. It never stops until the mission is complete. And so when you take somebody who has taken that brand, it's because they believed in the cause, obviously, of why it was founded, even, from Clint Bruce's story. Mm-hmm. It just goes to show when you believe in something, people will gravitate towards it because they understand why it's a belief. And so that brand right there, just to use another charity as an example, I would say their common goal and purpose has echoed, and they have been able to build that brand just immaculately.
Awesome. Thanks for that so much for that, Brian. The big thing about it is businesses must go beyond merely meeting expectations. It's that dedication, it's that commitment, it's that buy-in. And in order to do so, they normally avoid common pitfalls. Communication is the key. Lackluster customer service, you're going to get bad ratings. People are not going to want to go there. They're not going to want to talk to someone else and tell them about you. You have to focus on creating memorable, personalized experiences that encourage customers to actively advocate for your brand or that brand, because that word of mouth is what drives everything overall. That's really, really cool. Thank you. So let's move on to something else then. How do we make your brand experience unforgettable? Raving fans are built through extraordinary experiences that customers can't stop talking about. Why do people return to brands they love even when competitors offer better prices? Kim?
I have to take it to cultivating and fostering those relationships, and not being transactional, but being relational. I know that sounds like a repetitive word, but if you genuinely pour into the client with all of your heart and all your soul, or your community, people can see it, and that genuality will then turn those people into raving clients and tell people about you, even if they've never even used you. At least put your name in the hat, even if they were to give 3 referrals. Hopefully yours would be 1.
That's awesome input. I'm going to segue to Lyndon, because I think he has something he wants to ask real quick. Lyndon?
I do. I want to ask everybody this question. So this is going to challenge you a little bit. But let's say that you're restricted from telling anybody the name of your business, what your business is about. You can't show them a logo. What is it about you, the business owner or the leader, that would build a raving fan?
Well,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I would say just it's going to have to be your authenticity and your ability to, make sure that you come across as honest and passionate about whatever your brand is, right? Because at the end of the day, you should be able to sell a bottle of Heinz to Hunts, because it's going to be about who you are, right? And if you do not come across authentic and you do not come across as trustworthy and honest, it doesn't matter what your brand is. It doesn't matter what you're selling. People at this stage in life, with so much going on in social media, they honestly can see through some of the smoke and mirrors that are out there. So to me,
100%. Let me follow that up, Brian, because I love what you're saying. So is it a mistake that we make sometimes to hide behind our brand, hide behind our logo, and not let our core values come out so that people see our authenticity?
Yeah, it goes back to as I was about to say, smoke and mirrors. If you're using your brand as your shield, that's only going to last so long, right? Because at the end of the day, your brand should be a mirror image of what you believe in. At least that's how I look at things. Because if you don't believe in it, I personally feel the reason businesses won't make it is because the person doesn't believe in it either. They're just using it as that customer money maker, and they forget that it's about people, it's about service. It doesn't matter if it's politics or business. And that's how I've always operated as a person who owns 3 businesses. And one of those is a co-owning business with my wife, which but man,
you say no more.
She's the real boss when it comes to Beam. I just get called when I have to fix a door or something. But
that's awesome.
I personally feel that everything falls on you. It doesn't matter if you're a doctor, a realtor, a gun range owner. If it's not about you, your business will eventually be seen through with the smoke and mirrors. So I would never hide behind my brand. My brand is me.
That's true. And inside, it's one that you said, doctor. Hey, Dr. Vats, that's exactly what your business is right there. You're the face of that business. If people don't have confidence, trust, reliability in you, what are you doing?
I completely agree with you, and completely agree with him also that, they trust that human being there, the human touch they get, right? You go to, again, so many businesses are there, so many clinics are there, but people feel heard, when they come to us, let's say, come and see me, I sit there, talk to them, spend time, I'm not in my computer all the time, right? You go and see any doctor right now, they are so busy and they're always in the computer. There's no eye-to-eye contact. So again, they have to feel that, they should feel heard, and they will become your, basically, no, I'm not saying fans, but at least they will have they will have the trust in you, basically. That's if you do that. So.
And then bringing that right back to Harvey, because Harvey's the same thing. We talked about the joke before of the fire sprinkler breaking, and you have a mess. A total mess there. Why you? Why to come in and clean things up with Twilight Cleaning?
Well, obviously, we were already working for them in that retrospect, but it wasn't typical, to be honest with you, for us just to pop in and do that. But they called us and asked if we were available, and I was able to try one of my day porters and get them over there and do an extra clean, if you will. This was out of the ordinary type of a cleaning for us. So, so I think that goes back to what I was talking about earlier, just being able to answer those service calls, even, outside of your normal scope of work, if you will. So I'd kind of like to piggyback off what Dr. Vats was talking about, what Brian was talking about, and even Lyndon there real quick. We talked about at the Master Networks, the movie, The Founder. And, if you remember, if anybody's watched that movie, it's about the McDonald's Corporation there and how the owners of McDonald's just really was struggling with the fact that they just owned a burger joint. And then finally somebody told them, no, you just don't own a burger joint, you own real estate. And so all of a sudden now it changed the perspective and the mindset. And so we talked about this today at Master Networks, where a lot of times when we introduce ourselves, I'm Harvey Loosier, and I'm a business owner for Twilight Cleaning Services. Well, that's the outer mindset. Well, what's the inner mindset? I want people to know my values. I want people to know me, and then hopefully through that process, that's going to encourage them to want to business with me because of my values, because of our core values, because of those things that they know about me. So I think that kind of aligns with trying to really making those raving fans, if you will, versus just a typical referral or a typical customer.
And to back that up, Harvey, that's the thing about it. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. Who you are, what you say you are, who people know you to be, that's what resonates. That's that honesty. That's that integrity. That's that getting that job done each and every time. That's that buy-in from other people that know you. And I'm about to segue here to Carrie, because what you do transforms lives. It transforms lives. And when you transform one life, that person is going to pass that on to someone else and say, hey, this is what happened to me here. What are your thoughts about that, Carrie?
Yeah, so we actually have, we can't serve all the people that we need to serve. So we have 80 people on our waiting list, and that's a testament to the program and our instructors and our horses. And I think so one thing that is one thing that we offer that not all other nonprofits offer in our industry is that we are doing an experience, right? So we're not just trying to raise money for something, but we're providing an experience. And so everything from the time when the rider arrives, and some of our riders arrive in wheelchairs or with walkers. So to think through that whole process of how to accommodate somebody from pulling into the parking lot, getting out of their car, to sometimes we need 5 volunteers to get a rider onto a horse, then to do the riding lesson, and then for them all to take care of the animals. There's so much that goes into it. And at the heart of it all is the animals, is the horses, right? We can't have a program without the horses that we have. But the experience is so positive, and that's what we try to create for everybody, is such a positive and personalized and customized experience for every rider. And then they go and they tell their friends, and their parents tell their friends. And that's why we have 80 people on a list that we just can't serve right now.
That's awesome. So basically what everyone said is emotional connections and memorable experiences drive loyalty.
Yeah.
And the first step is to understand the customer's needs and values, create personalized interactions with them that resonate deeply, which then foster a sense of belonging and trust in the brand. And each and every one of you are the brand. So that's where it all starts. That's way, way cool. So here's another thought. Partnerships only work when they win-win. Successful partnerships are based on alignment, shared value, and long-term vision. If that's the case, why do so many business partnerships fail? Brian?
Well, so I want to just quickly echo on what Harvey said as well. So there's one thing, obviously, that we as individuals, that cannot be duplicated. AI is not going to be able to duplicate who you are. Chat GPT is not going to be able to duplicate who you are. It's all going to come with heart, right? It just seems to be the resounding, almost like we're the shampoo bottle here of wash, rinse, repeat. No pun intended for me. Is clear we're both in the bald category. But I think why businesses will fail is when they choose, and I'm going to say this, it's not when you choose to ignore your brand builders or your customers. I think it's when you choose to ignore what's going on in the market. And I'm not talking the stock market, right? I'm talking about what's going on in your communities, right? If you are not aware, it's just, you have to understand your location of your business, whether you are an office front or even working out of your home. You have to understand how to launch in your market. And so it doesn't matter what the people are, because if you're, again, it goes back to what Harvey said, if they believe in who you are, it doesn't matter what you're selling. So now it's getting it into the right market.
And the big thing about those partnerships is you got to communicate with each other. You have to have the same goals, because if you're going in two different directions, that's not going to work. You have to have well-defined roles to know exactly what you're going to put into the equation. That's going to lead to the success of the partnership.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, honestly, it's the old saying. You as a business owner need to always be uncomfortably comfortable. Never get comfortable in your setting. Never get comfortable in, I'm at this point. I'm making the living. I'm where I want to be. Because, again, it's not always about money. The money will come if you're doing it right anyway.
And the closing thought on that is failing to establish that relationship up front is the most common mistake that leads to failure. And we're going back with you and myself, Brian, and everybody else. Failure is not an option. With that, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break and then come back for one of the best portions. What's the difference? See you in a few seconds.
And now it's time for What's the Difference?
All right. This is the section here where we basically interact, and that's the big portion of this, because it's the learning from being together. So here's the question. What's the difference? What's the difference between a customer and a raving fan? Go ahead, Dr. Vats.
So I think we already discussed quite a bit on this one. So the difference is like I said, we already said connection, right? I mean, when a person comes to see you or to your business and they feel heard, there's a follow-up after that. You can call them and say, yeah, how are things going on with you? So that interaction with them, that connection with them, the empathy you show to them, I mean, those things matter a lot, and definitely will help in changing the customer into a raving fan, in my opinion.
Cool. And basically what I'm hearing you say is customers engage when needed, raving fans stay engaged. They're bought in, they believe, they tell, they act, they interact, they follow your brand, and they bring others to you based on the experience they receive from you.
Absolutely.
That's way cool. All right. Anybody else got anything to add to that?
I think a raving fan also understands your mission. So they have a deep understanding of what you're doing. They understand your mission. They share it without being asked, and you can trust what they're going to say. So they will go on Facebook and they will share their experiences, or they will share their riding lesson or their favorite horse, and they get it. They understand the mission. It's important to them too. And they're your most powerful voice, really, even more so than the brand. They're more powerful. Hearing from your raving fans, I think, is more impactful to a business.
Way to go. You knocked that out the park, Carrie. So let me ask the next question. What's the difference between customer service and customer experience? Harvey?
Well, customer service is reactive, and the experience is intentional to me. In our service, we fix problems, and the experience side of that would be create the moments. And so we try to do that through that process to earn those thank yous, if you will, and then the others earn the memories. So to me, that's what the difference is.
Cool. Hey, Kim, you want to follow up on that?
I happen to agree with him. It's all about the experience. You want to show appreciation and you want to follow up and you want to let them know that you genuinely care, whether they end up, using your services or not at that time. Just letting them know that they come back and they're shouting for you and cheering for you. Those types of things will make a difference.
Customer service solves problems. Customer experience creates experiences that people never forget. All right. Let's see. What's the difference between a referral partner and a brand ambassador? What do you got, Brian?
A referral partner and a brand ambassador. So there's no magic bullet here, if we're being honest. I think if you are a brand ambassador, that person is always building your brand. I mean, it's echoing what everyone in this circle is saying right now. The difference when you have a customer, I feel like customers are that first step into the swimming pool, if you will. They're just trying to get a taste or a feel. That is the opportunity at that point as an owner or a person providing a service that you have to be able to read, because again, no magic bullet. You have to understand what's coming in the door, and then that way the product going out the door, which is that brand builder, is going to echo everything you're trying to build. I think Kim just said it. You want people to go out and speak on your behalf all the time, and that's your difference in making sure your referrals are going to come in based off of your brand builders going out.
Yeah. Dr. Vats, do you have anything to add?
No, I completely agree with you, with Brian about this. I'll give you an example. Like I see so many people in my office, and sometimes they'll come and say, I came to test you. They'll tell me exactly like up front, like, hey, I came to test you, and if I like you, my whole family is going to come and see you. So you can imagine that. So there's a lot of pressure on you, right? As a business owner, as a physician, as whatever the person are, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on you and say, okay, so it's a test basically. So if I pass, maybe we can get more raging fans, right? That's what it is about. So I completely agree with you that once they have a good experience, that's what matters. And it starts from the way they step in, the way the moment they start calling your office or any place, they have to have that experience. And if you can personalize that experience with them, like, saying, Mr. Smith, how are you doing? That blows up their mind. How do you know I'm Mr. Smith, right? And when they start talking to you, if the front desk is smiling with them, laughing with them, happy about that, they can see that, the happiness in the office, right? We are talking about customers right now, but what about employees? I mean, you have, right? If the employees are not on the same page, then you will never be able to provide. It's a teamwork. It's a team effort, right? My office overall, I mean, when they talk to the patients, they're like, oh my God, your office is amazing. Your staff is awesome, right? It starts from that perspective, that onwards. And when they come to see you, it's a different ballgame, right? They have different experience also. Like eventually, like they are happy about it. The whole experience was amazing. So again, it's a team effort, and yeah.
What you're saying right there is one team, one fight. Having the same mindset from owner to employee,
basically.
Employee to owner, everybody's bought in to do what? Make that experience the most memorable thing for everybody walking through that door at all times.
Definitely. So what Dr. Vats said there, I caught a few things, but notice he said a person's name. One thing that Sherry does at Beam is the beautiful thing is we see the appointments that are coming in. Exactly who's coming in at the exact time. And what that's done is now muscle memory in your brain, you remember those names. Even though you know they're coming in, now the muscle memory of the name, the face, they're greeted. Those small steps are what builds the brand builder. They're going to walk out going, I feel known. I think someone said on here, feel heard. I think that was Dr. Vats as well. When you feel known and heard and recognized, I mean, I'm a human being. I love that feeling. And so I can only assume if I love it, the person I'm trying to build that brand with me is going to love it too.
I'm important. They remembered my name. They knew who I was coming in. They're going to turn around and say, you should go see them because this is how I felt. This is how I feel. This is how you'll feel too. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, we're at the end of What's the Difference? We're going to go ahead and proceed into a commercial break. And when we come back from the commercial break, we're going to get into the guest and co-host deep dive.
The Community Difference Rockwall would like to thank the following local partners for their continued support.
Looking for the ultimate night out? Come on down to Southern Junction Nightclub and Steakhouse in Roy City, where great food, live music, and unforgettable fun come together. Southern Junction is just 30 boot-scooting miles northeast of Dallas, off Interstate 30. Start your night by grilling your own perfectly seasoned steak, or let our chef handle it for you. Then hit the dance floor and enjoy live country music every Wednesday through Saturday. Challenge your friends at the pool table or just relax and soak in the atmosphere. At Southern Junction, there's always room for great times, great music, and great memories. Visit southernjunctionlive.com for details. And we'll see you this weekend at Southern Junction Nightclub and Steakhouse, just a short drive from Dallas, where Texas comes to play.
Now back to the show.
So we're here at the portion of the show where we're going to get into a deep dive. I'm going to ask each and every one of our guests, to include our co-hosts, what was your personal journey to get you to do what you're doing right now? What motivated you? Was it someone in particular? Was it a specific experience? What? So I see you shaking your head there, Carrie. What was your aha moment?
Well, I'm always been a horse person since I was able to talk and say the word horse. And so when we moved here 20 years ago from California, before we moved here, I was a therapeutic riding instructor. I was a certified instructor, and I taught riding lessons at a barn out there. Then when I moved out here, I kind of, had kids, stopped riding, got out of horses. And my intro sort of back into horses was volunteering at a therapeutic riding center, and that led me to where I am right now. And this was the perfect fit for me. I have a heart for this. I love the animals, I love the people, and I got more and more involved. And I've been on the board now for 5 years, and volunteer several times a week there. And I guess I would say it's my happy place. I was meant to be there.
Has that been a life-changing experience from you? Coming from California, yeah. That is?
Yeah, moving from California, because we moved from California to Kaufman County to Kemp, Texas, and from San Diego. I was like, it's a lot. But I love Texas. I've been here for 20 plus years. My kids are 6th generation Texans, so nice. I'm Texan at heart.
Brian, you're in the hot seat. My brother in arms, former Marine. Like, yeah, never be a former Marine, right? You're always a Marine, right?
Once a Marine, always a Marine, sir.
Well, I'll give you that. So
yeah, go ahead.
What you do, your professional life, your personal life, your military life. What's your What's that? What drives you?
Service, honestly, and it goes back to when the phone rang and I lost the connection for the brief moment. When you have a servant's heart, you're always looking for a way to strive to be better. We're people like us are going to always be our biggest critic. We're going to hold ourselves self-accountable, but also humility and humbleness, right? I mean, if the number one sin is pride, then you better find a way to be humbled and find that humility, because you'll never grow. Our aha moment for Sherry and I with Beam, as a Marine, we want to stay in shape. My wife, Anytime Fitness for 13 years before selling her gym, but we felt we had to find what is that common ground that we want to now still push health and wellness. And that's when we bought into the franchise of Beam, which does give us that. It's coming from a health and wellness background. And Sherry recognized the need for, how to have a service to renew your skin, remove toxins from your body. Treat arthritis, ignite your metabolism, boost your immunity. And now with just already red light and then the infrared therapy that we offer at Beam, and we're fixing to bring in green light and blue light, and those are other treatments. So green light is something that burns the fat cells. So for like us men, we get it here, and we want to lose that. Yeah, women are hips and backside, but that's blue light, dermatology, acne, red light. It's gonna, like I said earlier, arthritis, just so many different things. And our aha moment was, how do we give ourselves a better quality of life by staying fit? Because not everybody wants to go to the gym. I can burn 600 calories by sitting in an infrared sauna and getting a deep sweat, and my body is going to metabolize all that in a more healthy manner.
So Harvey, what's one thing that you really, really want to know about Brian?
Well, that really interests me. Do what?
I lost the connection.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay. So Brian, I'm curious, with your business that you're talking about, you and your wife, obviously you are in business together, right? Yes. Me and my wife run a business together as well. How do you separate business from your normal life after hours, if you will?
Yeah, that's usually at bedtime when we're sleeping.
All right.
Yeah, so we own a total of 3 businesses. 2 I own, and then we co-own Beam together. But to go back to that, my wife generally runs Beam, and I run the other 2. Plus, I get to play Mare as a hobby. But what we do, honestly, is we always want to make sure we talk about the day. I mean, it's no different whether we own the business or if we both had a job and we came home. But what you have to discipline yourself in doing is setting that time up, right? Hey, I know when I get home, it's 6 o'clock. From 6 to 6:30, we're going to talk about our days, and then you table it. Because if you do not find a way to table it, it's just like the most important thing. You got to find a way to date. You got to find a way to make sure the marriage stays healthy. And so the only way to do that is you have to be disciplined enough to know 6 to 6:30, we'll talk about our day. Then after that, it's our life. It's, what
Speaking about discipline, let's jump in here with Dr. Vats, because what he does on a daily basis, I know Kim has some deep questions she wants with Dr. Vats. What's that?
I do once he finishes.
Yeah, so the question is the aha moment for me. Is it correct?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay. Yeah. So, if you look at my background, I did a lot of work for corporate medicine, corporate world, a lot of jobs. But again, I did enjoy everything I did so far. But I felt primary care was different. And the reason is I used to treat the ailments after they happen. As a primary care doctor, I want to prevent things from happening. So again, my aha moment was when I told my wife, "Hey, I want to start my own business and own practice." It's like, why? I mean, you have a good job. I was a medical director for a hospice, big hospice program, and I was like, no, I mean, I'm not happy, but I'm not that happy. So let me just do this. So again, it was a big challenge for me. It was very hard for me to quit like a 10 years job, right? And finally diving into this own business or clinic. It's not easy. A lot of ups and downs, but eventually worked out okay. And now I'm happy and I'm a part of the community now. That's another thing. I didn't even know what's happening in my community like 4 years ago. And now I'm more involved with the community, which is an amazing thing for me. I have my young kids here, they are growing up in Rockwall. So I want to see them growing here and I want to be part of the community. And when you guys told me about that Lemonade Day, they're a part of that also in seconds. So yes, so I'm taking them to learn about the business part, so again, I've been enjoying my stay here.
Dr. Brad, I have a question for you. I recently went with someone to a visit just for eyes, and it was their very first time to get their eyes checked, and they swear they're 40, but I know they're older than 40. But she refused to disclose her age. But when we got into the eye doctor appointment, it was a it was an AI doctor. Can you help me understand, as we're all trying to get through AI and all of this new technology, how have you stayed ahead of that trend? Because they literally checked her eyes with some AI program. I didn't even feel confident when we left. And it was right here in Rockwall. So could you help me elaborate on that just a little bit to understand? Because I was confused.
I think there are the usage of AI can be different, right? I mean, as a cardiologist, as a primary care doctor, I don't want to use AI because there's no human touch there, right? Everybody is scared of AI right now. They're going to replace doctors, they're going to replace engineers, they're going to replace human beings, right? But that's not possible. It's not happening. They might check your eyes out because, anyways, an eye exam or radiology, maybe sometimes you can see they feed everything in the software and say, okay, this is the X-ray. They compare that X-ray with so many millions of X-rays. They can tell you, okay, something is wrong with this X-ray, right?
Mm-hmm.
But again, I mean, it's going to be there. AI is going to be there, but I don't think it's going to replace anybody, in my opinion. Humans are still going to be important because we are the ones, we are feeding the data for AI. So it's getting smarter.
So Dr. Vats, closing out here, you're a hands-on guy then?
I absolutely am. Yes, sir.
All right, cool. All right. At this time, I'd like our guests to share your contact information and give us some final thoughts about who you are, what you do, and why it's so important. Let's go ahead and start with you, Dr. Vats, since we just ended up with you.
Yeah, hi. My name is Akhil, and the first name is Akhil, last name is Vats, and I have a very small primary care clinic in Rockwall area. We are definitely growing and fast because of all the things we just spoke about today. We do that in our office, and we care for every single person coming to the office is a special one to us. We want to take care of them, and if you look at my Google reviews, also they'll say, "Hey, he listened to me, he heard me. He was able to finalize a plan with me. There was an eye contact." I mean, there's a lot of things we do in our office we spoke about today. So again, we provide amazing care in our clinic, and I tell my Rockwallian friends and families, come and give us a try.
Thank you, Dr. Vats.
My pleasure.
Carrie.
Yeah, so I'm Carrie Lindsey. I'm on the board of directors for Texas Therapeutic Riding Center located in Rockwall Heath area. We are a community where horses heal, and you can learn more about our organization. And we serve riders of all ages with disabilities as well as combat wounded veterans. And you can find out more about our program at txtrc.org. Or you can reach out to me with any questions you ever have about anything related to the program, and I'm super happy to give anyone a tour of our facility if any of you would like to come out or answer emails, answer any questions you might have.
You got a horse big enough for me, Carrie?
Well, I'm gonna have to see you stand up. I'm not sure. We do have some big horses, though.
I've dropped 2 horses in my life. Okay, Brian.
Then probably not.
Hey, if you want to remove toxins, reduce stress, renew skin, relieve pain, ignite your metabolism, and boost your immunity, come see us in Heath at Beamlight Sauna. Best way to get some information is Heath at beamlightsauna.com. And we'll be happy to get you on the right journey to feeling better about your health and what's going on in your body.
Thank you, Brian. Kim?
Yes, all things real estate, buy, sell, rent, or lease, commercial, residential. Even if you just want to have a cup of coffee and see if it's the right time to make that move, or shave off a little bit of your overhead, or increase your exposure, give me a call. Hashtag Kim Sells Texas, Kim at KimSellsTexas.com.
Thank you. Harvey?
Yes, I'm Harvey with Twilight Cleaning Services. If you're looking for a company to partner with you to ensure that your business is clean, give us a call at 469-556-0341, or you can reach out on the web at twilightcleaningservices.net.
And last but not least, I'm Clarence Jorif, owner of the Compound Nevada. If it goes bang, we teach it. Point of aim, point of impact. Come on out, especially now that the weather's gotten nice and warm and we don't have to worry about the rain so much. Come on out, have a good time. family, friends, even kids, 12 years old. The Compound Nevada. You're one shot at getting it right the first time.
Thank you for watching today's show.
The Community Difference Rockwall was made possible by Clarence Jorif with the Compound Nevada, Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press of Rockwall, Kim Johnson with Kim Johnson Group, Harvey Loosier with Twilight Cleaning Services. Together, we can make the difference.